Yeah, it sounds like a train, dude. It sounds just like a train.
Really?
Yes.
Is it loud in here?
Yes, dude. I have noise canceling headphones on and it still hurt my ears.
Folks, we all know no Brodozer is complete without your certified air horn, train horn, whatever you want to call them. In today's episode, we're going to be installing the MotoHorn from MotoHorn, air horn, train horn, whatever you want to call it, on my 2005 Dodge Cummins. I'm going to show you guys the install and we'll do some testing afterwards. So this looks like a pretty legit kit. It doesn't break the bank. I know a lot of air horns running around $250, $300. This kit comes in, I believe, right at 80 bucks. And it's kind of an early Christmas gift that my wife got me. So yeah, let's jump into it. I'm pretty stoked. This thing seems to be metal, and it's got a metal mounting bracket here. It comes with the hardware, the wiring harness, and the little compressor. Has a little compressor that that powers the horn here. And yeah, I have no idea where I'm going to mount it. If I can get it behind the bumper maybe, or underneath the hood, we'll see. But yeah, it kind of just wires into your existing horn, and then you run some power leads off the relay to the battery to get its power. And yeah, you guys could put it on an optional switch too if you don't want to have it hooked to your horn. Pretty stoked, pretty excited. This is chrome. They come in black also. And yeah, so let's jump into it. All right, folks, I think I'm going to go for mounting it behind the bumper right here. These holes that go through for the license plate mount seem to line up pretty good with this. The issue is I couldn't slide this up underneath because the intercooler is kind of blocking where this thickness of the horn is. The rest of it fits in there pretty good. So what I did is I took one of the brackets out for the bumper mounts on this side all the way, and then left that side loose. And now I can kind of pull the bumper out a little bit. And we're going to see if that'll give me enough room to squeeze that thing in behind there, and then we'll go from there. This is kind of cool because I needed to get the bumper loose anyways to adjust it. It was a little cockeyed a little bit. It was a little higher on this side than the other side, so this will be perfect. So those bolts weren't too hard to get out, but yeah, I'll see if we can get it slid up in there. Oh yeah, that's gonna work. Got it back in there. All right, we're gonna take this license plate frame off. May have to waller these holes out a little bit, but that's gonna work out perfect. I think that's gonna be a really easy install. The next thing we're gonna have to do is mount the compressor, put the little hose on it. So still trying to think of a spot for that compressor. So let's get this horn installed. Okay, so the bolts were just a hair too big. I mean, you could screw them in by hand still, so I just went and reamed them out a little bit so they slide in now and fit in there, and that should be pretty good. They don't protrude that far, that kind of thing. One thing you guys will have to take into consideration with this kit is this is a flat bar here, and as you can see, these protrude a little bit. So I think what it's going to do is just kind of bow it a little bit and suck it in there, and it should work out okay. That's just something to keep in mind. If it were me and this was my kit, I would have included some little spacers to clear these heads, and especially if you're putting it on a radius bumper here, you know, so we might, I don't know, it depends on how far it's off. We might have to throw some spacers in there, in between there, but we'll see. This should work out pretty good. One thing I'm going to do before I put it in there is I'm going to put the hose on. That way I don't have to do that when it's behind the bumper. So we got the hose on there, and let's get it back there and get it mounted up. And these are serrated nuts, so they should dig in and lock, but I'm going to put Loctite on them anyways. There's no lock washers or anything, and these aren't lock nuts. So like I said, they're just serrated on the back, so better safe than sorry. Still haven't got my tags yet. I already have the license plates for these trucks. I've had them since I bought the truck, and it's hilarious. The DMV, it's been almost 3 months since I purchased the truck, and they still haven't gave me a little piece of paper with my name on it and the license plate number, so it's kind of whack. So yeah, there's solid 1/8 inch gap there, so it's not too bad. I don't know if I can get the camera back there so you can see. It's snugly mounted, and if I push this bumper in, it totally clears everything. So that's a pretty clean install, if you ask me. It's not really noticeable from the front. So I'm gonna get these snugged down, and then we're gonna get the compressor mounted and get it wired up. All right, I got the little compressor mounted up in there, and it's sitting, you can see it's sitting right here. So there's these little holes on the bottom of the bumper. here, and they just go, this is for the valance or whatever that sits here. Now I do got that bolt sticking down, so I'll probably just cut that off, maybe put some black paint on it so it doesn't stick out so much. But that was a really good spot to mount it. I was going to try to mount it on this side to get it closer to the battery and whatnot, but it was too tight in here, and it was kind of blocking the face of the horn right here. Went ahead and hooked up the wires to it. I got those connections crimped on, so one of these I just got it ground out, and then the other one's going to be running up to the relay. So I might not have enough wire that came with this kit. It looks like it came with about, I don't know, 7 foot or so of wire, but yeah, we're probably going to need a little more. So yeah, I'm going to start some wiring. I got to find the horn and tap into that and mount a relay, and we'll go from there. All right, I got the fender well out and access the horns here. So I just took this bolt out here to make it a little bit easier to fandangle. So I got to tap into these 2 wires here and run those to the relay. They're going to turn the relay on and off and put the hot lead to the horn. So the installation is pretty simple. If you guys know the basics of wiring a relay, it's not that hard. So I'm going to get tapped in here and go from there. Okay, I'm tapped into the horn. I got these wires running up. I haven't cut them yet, so I don't know exactly where the relay's going. And all I did, I used those little Y connector things right there and just tapped in. So I don't think positive and negative is going to affect sending signal to the relay, but I'm not 100% sure on that yet. I haven't even looked at the wiring diagram. So I'm going to leave all this on button until we do a test. Okay, so this is the relay that it came with, and it's pretty straightforward. You're going to have a hot lead coming off the battery, and then it's going to another jumper is going to go to the air compressor. This is all hot, and then the other 2 are going to be the switch to connect these 2 together. That's pretty much the gist of it. And this relay comes with a fuse, so we just got to find a place to mount this, hook up the 2 horn wires. They're going to go here or here, probably here or whatever, it doesn't matter. The wiring diagram will show you that. Then we're going to run a hot lead from the battery to one of these posts, and then the other post will go feed the compressor, and then all we got to do is ground it out. So we're getting pretty close, folks. All right, we look at the diagram here. It is showing a positive and negative coming off the horn. So I kind of guessed one of the wires was kind of red and one was kind of black. They're kind of dirty, so it's hard to tell. So got them ran up here and got this ready to go. So now I got to mount this, run this lead to the battery, and then this will go to the compressor. All right, making progress. I got the ground hooked up. It's not the best ground, but I did test it. So I just tapped in here. These connectors are a little small. I would have liked to use this bolt here that I mounted the pump to, but that would have saved about 1.5 feet worth of wire. So yeah, I got that. And then I got the lines ran down up through here, coming up with my light bar wires here, which I need to get a handle on. And then it's coming up here. And this is what we're left with. We're left with about 1 foot maybe past the washer reservoir here. So we're definitely not gonna make it to the battery properly. So I'm gonna end this with the connector and go right to the relay, and then mount the relay where I can, and just run a jumper off the battery to the relay, and we should be good to go, ready for a test. All right guys, I got the relay mounted right here on the battery box. The drill a little hole, use my own hardware, and I got everything wired up. The last thing I have to do is hook this to the positive and give it a shot. So I did have to supply this little piece of wire myself. So I was about 1.5 foot short on wire. One other complaint is the connectors here. These connectors, the hole's too small to go to, like, you know, your typical connection there. So I mean, that's barely fitting right now. I've already drilled it out, and you can see that's why it's kind of like wallered out a little bit. I had to ream the hole. So that's like the only complaint, besides maybe having spacers for the bracket or whatever. But so far, so good. I'm gonna hook this up and we're gonna try it out. So one thing I am curious about, I want to see if it's gonna honk when I lock the truck. So, oh, it does. And that thing's loud. Woo. Let's give it a little toot on the horn. All right, folks, that's all I really want to do in my neighborhood. This thing is extremely loud, and it sounds like a train horn should. It's got a good tone to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up enough, but I'm gonna get this bumper set back together and get everything tightened down, get my fender well back in, and then we'll go and drive around somewhere and try to get some sounds of it. But yeah, this is rad. Sound like a train?
Yeah, it sounds like a train, dude. It sounds just like a train.
Really?
Yes.
Is it loud in here?
Yes, dude. I have noise canceling headphones on and it still hurt my ears.
Sick. Awesome. All right, thanks. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Got her all buttoned up. Got my bumper a little bit more level. It still seems a little bit low on the passenger side. I don't know. Probably something tweaked out in there, but yeah, I'll try to post some links for the horn down below in the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next episode.